A word to the wise. If at first you don't succeed, you might want to rethink skydiving.
Welcome to An Apple a Day, a podcast, a resource, a community. Share your experiences and learn from others as we overcome barriers and learn to live a happy, healthy life with a disability. Welcome to the community. Here's your host, Jimmy Apple.
Welcome to another episode of An Apple a Day. I'm your host, Jimmy Apple. How you feeling today, my friends? You feeling good? You feeling strong? You feeling better than you did yesterday? Excellent. You can't ask for better. Hey, how many people are sick and tired of this winter? I don't know about you, but I am so sick and tired of the cold. This has probably got to be the coldest winter I remember in recent years. And if I see one more snowflake, I swear to God, you always hear those jokes about the people that see the snow come down in the beginning. They're going, oh, that's lovely. Oh, Christmas, a white Christmas. I could care less. All I know is the snow falls. I got to have the plow guy come and plow my driveway. And as soon as he's done plowing my driveway, the plow guy for the road comes and plows my driveway back in. Now, here's the ironic part. The guy that plows my driveway is also the guy that plows the street. So it's a no-win situation for me, but I am so sick of the winter. I'm ready for the springtime. I don't want the summer. I can't stand the heat either. I want the spring and the fall. No winter, no summer. That would be fine for me. 60 degrees, 70 degree weather, that would be perfect. Absolutely perfect. But this sub-zero weather, even today, winds 35 miles an hour, 45 miles an hour, rain. I'm just so sick of it. I'm done. I need nice weather. As I'm sure you do too. But springtime's coming. Springtime is coming. Hey, we have got a good one for you today. Social Security is, for most of us, that's what keeps us going. That's what helps us to survive. And you hear it on this podcast a lot about the My Social Security account. I'm sure you've heard it other places as well. And you hear it goes in one ear and out the other sometimes because you don't want to be bothered about having to go in and figure out how to start your My Social Security account. Or you might think you don't need it. A My Social Security account is to your advantage. I get the COLA, the cost of living news before anyone else gets it because I get it through my Social Security account. It's good to have. If you need a benefits letter for something, like if you're applying for a loan, or maybe you're going to refinance your mortgage, or you need it for an apartment when you're going for the lease. They want to see proof of income. You can get it right through that. Maybe you need a duplicate Social Security card. You can get it right through your My Social Security account. There's many advantages to having a My Social Security account. I dug up some information from Social Security, and there's some updates that came up this year so far since January. I got all of that together, and I'm going to share that with you today. I had David, or Star David, reading it to you. And we'll go over that, how to open up a My Social Security account, different ways, and a couple of other things from Social Security. So I just want to share those updates with you today. Also, I want to let you know, today is the 249th episode of An Apple a Day. That's right, 249 episodes today. This episode is number 249. Next week is our 250th episode. And we have a special guest. And I'm going to let you know who it is at the end of this podcast. So stick around and sit back right now, relax, and listen to this information about Social Security. It's to your benefit, and it's to the benefit of those who are just signing up for Social Security right now. This is for your benefit right now. Maybe you're just signing up right now for disability. There's a certain piece in here that's just for signing up for disability. So you might want to, take notes. And at the end of this podcast, in the show notes, I'm going to have the links that I mentioned. So if you don't get the links during the podcast, don't worry about it. In the show notes, the links will be there for you. So sit back, relax, and let's get started here. Alright, so this first clip we're going to hear is going to tell you how to take more control of your Social Security benefits online. It's pretty interesting, so listen to what David has to tell you. It's right from Social Security and themselves.
Take Control with Social Security Online by Don Bystry, Deputy Associate Commissioner, Office of Strategic and Digital Communications. We continue to add more services you can access through your secure My Social Security account. Use your personal My Social Security account to check your Social Security record and complete your business conveniently and securely from home or on the go. If you do not currently receive benefits, you can request a replacement Social Security card. Review your earnings history for accuracy. See an estimate of your future Social Security benefits to help you plan when to start receiving benefits. Compare benefit amounts depending on what age you start receiving benefits. Check the status of your Social Security application. If you already receive benefits, you can get a benefit verification or proof of income letter. Request a replacement Social Security or Medicare card. Set up or change direct deposit. Change your address. Get a replacement Social Security 1099 form, SSA 1099. Opt out of certain mailed notices. Your personal My Social Security account includes a secure message center where you can receive communications from us. For example, you can view your annual cost of living adjustments before you would normally receive them in the mail. You can also opt out of receiving notices by mail that are available online. We designed these online features to save you time. You can create your personal My Social Security account today. We offer many other online resources on our online services page. Please let friends and family know they can access them from the comfort of their home or office, and on the go from their mobile phones.
So that was a pretty interesting clip, but again, it came up with that personal Social Security account. So in this next clip, there's going to be directions on how to set up the personal Social Security account. Listen to this next clip. Now, don't worry if you miss any of the links in this next clip, because they'll all be in the show notes for this podcast. And if you're not sure of anything, you can always go to ssa.gov. All right, let's go to this next clip.
My Social Security. What to know about signing up or signing in. By Darlinda Bogle, Acting Deputy Commissioner for Communications at ssa.gov. We want to help you get the services you need as quickly and safely as possible. Your personal My Social Security account is your gateway to doing business with us online. Whether you receive benefits now or in the future, you will want to create your personal My Social Security account or use the one you may already have. More than 64 million people already have an account. Did you know you can use your personal My Social Security account to request a replacement Social Security card in most states? Check the status of an application, verify your earnings, estimate future benefits, or manage the benefits you already receive. We are committed to protecting your information and benefits and take this responsibility seriously. That's why we ask for personal information to verify your identity in order to create a personal My Social Security account. We work with external partners to securely verify your identity. We do this to protect your data while making our online services easy for you to use. Ready to sign up? You can now create your new My Social Security account through either of these two credential partners, login.gov or id.me. Login.gov is the public's one account for simple, secure, and private access to participating U.S. government agencies. ID.me is a single sign-on provider that meets the U.S. government's online identity proofing and authentication requirements. Here is a brief list of some things you need to know when creating or accessing your personal My Social Security account. I have never accessed my Social Security, and I do not have a login.gov or id.me credential. Visit the My Social Security webpage to get started. You will have the option to create an account with your preferred credential partner, login.gov or id.me. Keep in mind, you must be 18 years of age or older and have a Social Security number. You will be redirected to the partner's website when you select Sign in with login.gov or Sign in with id.me. You must provide a valid email address and some additional information. Once you create the credential, you'll return to the My Social Security webpage for next steps. I have never accessed my Social Security, but I already have a login.gov or id.me credential. You can sign in with your credential on the My Social Security webpage and follow the prompts. I have accessed my Social Security with a Social Security username and password that I created before September 18, 2021. You should still sign in using your Social Security username and password. This is the first option on the sign-in screen. I have accessed my Social Security using my existing login.gov or ID.me credential. You can sign in to my Social Security using that login.gov or ID.me credential. Please encourage your friends and family to create their personal My Social Security account today.
They say this simplifies things, but I'm going to tell you, go to ssa.gov, go to My Social Security account, click on that, and sign up. This is good. It gives you a little bit of a background on it, but either way, but it's there. The information is there. The links are in the show notes for this podcast. So you got it all laid out in front of you. There's no reason not to get a My Social Security account. It's good. It'll aid you in things like if you want to get a loan, if you want to finance a car, you need a Social Security card duplicate, a Medicare card duplicate. Believe me, it's going to make your life easier instead of calling, waiting, having to go to the Social Security office. It'll make your life so much easier by having one of these accounts. Trust me when I tell you that. This next clip is very interesting. If you're just signing up for Social Security disability, or if you know somebody that's signing up for Social Security, this is very interesting. It's very important, and it can save a world of trouble for you, depending on what your ailment is. Listen to this. This is very important.
Hart Brothers Foundation is spreading the word about compassionate allowances. By guest blogger, Pat Sullivan, Hart Brothers co-founder, for the Social Security Matters disability blog. People diagnosed with heart failure face a challenging health journey, and the last thing they should have to worry about is finances. Many heart failure patients rely on Social Security disability benefits to help cover living expenses while they can't work to support themselves and their families. That's why it's so important for people with heart failure to know about Social Security's Compassionate Allowance initiative. It helps patients get the financial support they need quickly. The nonprofit Hart Brothers Foundation is spreading the word about Social Security's Compassionate Allowances initiative. At Hart Brothers, we serve thousands of heart failure patients and their families with financial and emotional support, including accommodations at our Hart Brothers house. At a recent Hart Brothers symposium, a Social Security representative spoke about compassionate allowances. He explained that Social Security can expedite payments to patients whose medical conditions are so severe they obviously meet the agency's disability standards. People who apply for compassionate allowance can receive their benefits in as soon as 10 days, rather than months. The program covers 254 conditions, including heart transplant waitlist 1A, 1B and heart transplant graft failure. More than 700,000 people have benefited from the Compassionate Allowances program, including about 11,000 with cardiac-related claims. You can learn more about the program and all the conditions it covers by visiting the Compassionate Allowances page. There is no separate application for a compassionate allowance. When you apply for disability benefits, be sure to clearly state on the application that you are seeking a compassionate allowance so Social Security can expedite your case. To learn more about Social Security's disability programs, visit their website. You can learn more about the Hart Brothers Foundation at heartbrothers.org. Please share this information with your friends and family, and post it on social media. Our posting of this blog does not constitute an endorsement or recommendation of any non-Social Security organization, author, or web pages.
Now, I do want to point out that the Compassionate Allowance is available for more than 250 other ailments. It would be to your advantage to check on socialsecurity.gov and see the list. Just go to ssa.gov and click on Compassionate Allowances. It's more than just heart disease, is what I'm trying to say. But it's good to know that it's there. Instead of making you wait 6 months to a year, you can get your Social Security disability within 10 days. It's something to look into. It's something to keep in the back of your mind. And it's there if you need it. Okay? Let's move on here. I want to thank you for stopping by today. I appreciate it. I appreciate you stopping by every week. And I want to remind you, An Apple a Day is brought to you by www.famousapple.com. Famousapple.com is the home site for this podcast, so if you get a minute, check it out. And while you're bouncing around the web, make sure you stop by our group page. That's right, we have a group page on Facebook. That's www.famousapple.com/group. There's quite a few people over there. They're chatting, they're having fun, they're answering questions, asking questions, making friends. So go over there, check it out, join in the fun. Hey, this is episode 249 today. This podcast today is episode 249. Next week is episode 250. We'll be doing this 250 times next week. And people said we wouldn't last past 7 episodes. Right now, we have more than 20,000 subscribers. We're heard in over 80 countries. That's right, we're heard in over 80 countries. And people said it wouldn't last. People told me in the beginning, who wants to hear a podcast about disability? Well, you know what? We're a podcast about disability. We're about disabled people. But disabled people don't just talk about disabilities. We're not woe is me. People with disabilities talk about other things besides disabilities. Well, next week, we have a special guest. He's a former New York City detective. He got hurt in the line of duty. And you're going to want to hear his story. He's also an author now. He was a detective in the Bronx, New York. And yours truly, Jimmy Apple, is from the Bronx. And I don't know if he ever arrested me. He might have in my younger days, but I doubt it. I think I'm older than he is. But anyhow, this man has amazing stories, but he's also put out 2 books about stories from the Bronx. You're not going to want to miss next week's episode. Trust me when I tell you. The officer's name is Travis Myers. He has some phenomenal stories, plus the 2 books, plus he's got a 3rd book coming out next month. And he's disabled because his finger was cut off because of a drug dealer. There's so much I could tell you about this man, but I want to let him tell you next week. You're not going to want to miss this one. So be here next week for the 250th episode of An Apple a Day with my special guest, Travis Myers, former New York City detective. All right? You watch all this nonsense on TV. We're going to have the real deal right here with us. You're not going to want to miss it. And remember this, my friends, no matter what happens, things can always be worse. That's right. Someone somewhere right now is wishing that they were in your position, so things can always be worse. Hey, I want to thank you again for being here. I want to thank you again for being with me every week, sometimes twice a week, sometimes 3 times a week. But I want to thank you. With all my heart, I want to thank you. And we're going to be together much longer. 250 episodes, that's nothing. We're shooting for 500. That's right, my friends. We'll be together for a long time. Hey, have a great one. I'll talk to you next week. You've been listening to An Apple a Day. My name is Jimmy Apple. Take care, my friends.
Thanks for listening to An Apple a Day with Jimmy Apple, your gateway to a happy, healthy life. Join our community at www.famousapple.com. See you next time.